to another episode of Exploring ESP. Today I have a lovely guest. Her name is Marilyn Maceri, and she is the founder and owner of Life Force Enterprises in Warren, Michigan. Welcome, Marilyn.
Thank you, Kathy.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be
So
here.
tell us a little bit about what you do at your company, your Life Force Enterprises.
Okay. Well, I am what's called a consciousness coach. So I do a little some coaching, and what consciousness coaching means is that I help people become aware on a higher level of the power of their thoughts and the words that they choose to use on a daily basis.
Oh,
It's pretty cool. It's
very
pretty interesting. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I use energy work such as Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, and I give sessions and classes. Reiki is an energy transformation kind of upliftment. It lifts your energy to a higher level so that you're radiating at a higher level of frequency. Because you know, Kathy, everything is energy.
Yes.
Everything is energy. Everything is vibrating. Even if it looks solid, it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
Like the table, it appears to be solid, but really it's very slow moving particles that are just very slowly vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we are one with everything, because energy can never be created or destroyed. So it just continuously flows. The vibration of that energy flows, whether it's the grass or a tree or you and me, or whatever we relate to, we interact with everything. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do, is I help people understand that the energy that they emanate or reflect from their body goes out into the universe, and it actually affects everything.
Yes.
Everything.
So even though we don't realize it sometimes, many of us realize that we're all one.
Yes.
And we're all in this together.
Yes, we are.
On this planet. And like you said, everything is energized and in constant motion and evolving upward all the time and ascending.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, consciousness simply means awareness.
Mm-hmm.
How awake are you? How aware are you? Mm-hmm. An anesthesiologist affects our consciousness by putting us unconscious.
Yeah.
And so that's what humanity's been for thousands of years, is kind of unconscious, living habitually, living unaware of truly how we were made to live. And so the energy shifting that's going on, have you felt the energy shifts going on?
Absolutely, yes.
Something's happening.
Yes, and I think that even people who are not into spirituality or metaphysical things are feeling it too. They just aren't able to articulate or to discern what it is, but they feel something, they sense something is going on.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what my passion and my purpose is here on Earth, is to help people understand what is happening. The Earth is resonating at a higher frequency, which is causing our bodies to resonate at a higher frequency. Mm-hmm. Our DNA is moving from a carbon-based to a crystalline-based energy, which just means it's vibrating at a much higher frequency than we used to. Mm-hmm. Okay? Simply put, everything is energy again. And if you think about everything being energy, it's just radiating at different frequencies. This table, you, this plant, everything is radiating at different frequencies. Mm-hmm. So as we awaken, as we ascend, that's what ascension means, to lift up, to raise up. As we raise our consciousness, which means to become more aware of what's happening, mm-hmm. then we realize that what we're vibrating at, the frequency that we're vibrating at on a minute-to-minute basis, mm-hmm. is going out into the universe, out into connecting with everything else and affecting everything else.
Yes. And people may not realize that they're sending out an energy.
Right.
But you can tell when someone sends out a negative vibe, you can immediately feel it, and it feels to me like people who are more aware seem to sense it and feel it a little more deeply than someone who just sloughs it off and says, oh well. I think too, part of it is we have been earthbound beings for a long time now, and have lost some of that evolution of spirituality and the ascension evolution of us moving forward and upward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, you're right. So, with what is happening is when people feel something, it emanates a frequency. That's why you can walk into a room and you can feel the energy. We say things all the time like, oh my gosh, the energy was so thick you could cut it with a knife. You know, or I went in there and I had to turn around and walk out because I knew, you know, I just couldn't, the energy was too heavy. People talk like that all the time, but do they really understand what that means? Yes, lower dense frequencies feel heavier in our body. Lighter, happier energies that are higher in frequency lift us up, such as happiness, joy, passion, gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies that there is. Divine love, unconditional love is the absolute highest frequency. It's actually one with source energy, our creator energy. And so when we're in these higher levels of frequency, we feel united. We feel one with everything that is. We are lifted up. You know that when you're happy, when you're singing a song that you love, when you're in, you know, your higher levels of awareness of higher vibration, you just feel blissful. You feel excited. Life is good.
Yes.
When you're not feeling that, when you feel separated from everything, when you feel heavy, dense energies such as anger, frustration, you know, jealousy and rage, those are very heavy, dense energies, and you feel them in your body, and your body gets heavy. The flow of chi or ki energy is strictly blocked because it's so heavy and dense. It can't move through the body freely the way it's meant to.
Yeah.
I have a little story I wanted to say. That I heard once. There's this farmer, and he wanted to grow watermelons because he absolutely loved watermelon. The sweetness, the juiciness, it was his favorite thing to eat. So he went out and he planted pumpkin seeds. And he was so happy that he planted these pumpkin seeds, and he was going to get watermelon. He was so happy, and he's really excited that he was going to get this watermelon. And all of a sudden, he's noticing, well, these aren't watermelons; these are pumpkins. Wait a minute, what's happening here? You know. So he went out and he decided he was going to go out and plant more. So he went out and he planted more seeds, but they were pumpkin seeds. He couldn't understand why he's not growing watermelons. It just wasn't happening. So, to make a long story short, the comparison in that is we as human beings pray for peace. We want peace on earth. We pray for peace on earth. Why can't we have peace on earth? Why is there no peace on earth? You know, and when you pray and you pray and you pray, we pray for peace. But what are we emanating every day? Are we emanating peace? Are we being peace? Or are we going out into our day frustrated and angry and pissed off at this and that person did this, and I can't believe this is happening, and oh, my aching back, oh, my head, oh, this, oh, that. Is that peaceful energy? Are you emanating peace when you're in all of those other energies? No. You're throwing out pumpkin seeds expecting to get watermelons. You're throwing out anger, and you're throwing out, jealousy and rage, or just bitterness, or whatever those lower dense vibrations are. But we keep praying for peace. Why aren't we a peaceful country? Why aren't we a peaceful world? That's why. Peace comes from in the heart. Peace comes from one person emanating peace to another person, emanating peace to another person on a daily basis.
Right.
And that energy goes out into what's called the collective consciousness, which is like, I see it as a grid around the earth. And if you remember the old switchboards from the operator years and years ago, they would unplug from this and put it in here, and then unplug this and put it over here. Well, think of the matrix, or another word for it is the collective consciousness or the grid. Imagine that as being the switchboard that the operator would use to plug in and unplug.
Yeah.
So when you're in an angry mood or in a frustrated mood, you're plugged into that on a collective consciousness. You're plugged into all of those other people that are experiencing rage and experiencing that frequency of energy. But when you're plugged into peace, when you're plugged into love and gratitude for everything in your life, I am so grateful that you've asked me to be here today. It just lifted me. I'm so excited, and my energy is so high right now. And I'm plugged into that frequency of energy.
Yes. Well,
Okay?
I am too, because I am honored and pleased to have you be here and explain all of this to people who may not be aware of what is going on, and what about the consciousness elevation in the world today.
Right. So sometimes people are in a bad mood and they don't even know why. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I'm just frustrated. I guess I'm just frustrated. I don't know why. Well, they're feeling that because they're plugged into that level of frequency that's in the grid. Imagine that operator. Unplug yourself from that level of frequency and plug into something else. Go into something that you're grateful for. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just think of something that brings you joy.
Yes.
Whatever it is. You know,
You're
a
right.
favorite vacation spot, or a grandchild, or a baby, or, whatever brings you joy, going on vacation, or whatever you enjoy. Bring yourself there and help lift your vibration. Sing one of your favorite songs,
Yes.
You can instantly unplug from one and plug into another. It's just really that simple. But if you think of it, everything is energy. It's easy to change. It's easy to do that. Another thing that I'd like to bring to the awareness of your viewers is that the power of the spoken word. When you say something, every word has energy attached to it, a frequency of energy. So when you speak a certain word or a certain phrase or a thought, you're speaking it with passion, because usually when we speak, we're speaking from the heart. Yes. Whether it's angry, whether it's peaceful, whether it's loving, no matter what we're saying, we say it with passion. We say it from the heart. Well, the power of those words goes out into the grid, into the master consciousness of all that is.
Yes.
And emanates back to you. It brings back to you everything on that same frequency.
The old expression of what you put out comes back.
It does. It really does. On a metaphysical, energetic plane,
Yes.
that is true. It's quantum physics. And quantum physics explains that the energy you send out is what you're going to get back. It's law. It's a natural law.
Yes.
So when you're wondering, why do I keep attracting these things I don't want? Well, what is it that you're resonating with? Most people think on a daily basis of all the things in their life that they don't want. They don't want to be sick anymore. They don't want to feel pain anymore. They don't want to be poor, or they don't want to be angry, or whatever it may be. But they focus on it daily. What that does is that's putting energy. You're actually feeding the exact thing that you don't want, because
it's the law of attraction.
Exactly. You're giving it energy. You're feeding it and feeding it and feeding it. So what does it do? What you focus on expands because you're putting energy into it.
Right. Yes.
Right?
And a lot of people don't even realize that that's what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely not.
They're just so. I like to use the expression that they're so earthbound and concentrating on, oh, I have to have this car, or I have to have this house, or I have to have this job, all those earthbound things, rather than their spiritual selves and their soul, rather than working on that. Instead of saying, I want to make myself a better person, I want to be the best I can be, they say they want to have everything they can have. They don't realize that if they act as though they have it already, and if they emanate that good energy and think of it in a positive way, what they want will come to them. It isn't that they don't have to put any effort into it. They have to important and critical to people, isn't it?
It's huge. So what I like to do is, and I've practiced this for many years, and it's really changed my life. Because before I was aware of this, I was always, the same way, like wondering why this was happening or why that was happening. And then when I learned about all of these energetic, the flow of energy and how energy works, I switched. And now, when I start to think of something that I realize is a lower vibration, I stop myself and I switch it around and I say, how can I change this? And right away, something higher, a higher vibration will come to me, such as, when people are focusing on a pain, for instance. Let's say maybe there's a back pain. Well, there's a lot of people in this world that have back pain.
Yes.
And they focus on it and they talk about it. When you talk about it, you're giving it energy. And everybody else around you is going, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So what are they doing? They're focusing on it with you, and it's expanding and it's growing. And I understand that people are in pain. That's very understandable. However, your mind controls your body. You're telling your body you're in pain. You're consistently telling your body, I don't like this pain, and I want this pain to stop, but I'm focused on the pain. So your body will continue to produce pain.
So it's about letting go of things as well.
It is.
We have to let go of things. There was an expression recently, I saw something on Facebook, and it was about you can't move forward until you let go of the past. So you have to let go of whatever little hurts here and there that you've had, whatever situations in your life that happened in the past that weren't necessarily good. We have to let that go. I do a thing about forgive and release. So you release that energy from your being, and so that way, even if you have some kinds of pain in your life for different, you break a leg or whatever, you can still
focus
control
on the healing.
and focus on the healing
Focus on
of
the
that
healing.
injury and
The
experience
mind is
more.
very powerful. It controls the body. not the other way around. Most people allow the body to control their thoughts. Your thoughts control your body. You've created the illness that's within your body. Most people don't understand that, but it's true. So how I deal with that and how I coach people is to help them come up with new ways of thinking and speaking. Rather than focusing on the pain, start loving the pain, because the pain is showing you that you are not resonating with the highest energy possible, that you're in the low, dense energies.
Yes.
And so your body is reacting to your thoughts and the energy that you are perpetually living in. Your body is like an energy center that's beaming and showing you where you're off. And so thank your back pain, or thank whatever it is that's going on in your physical body for helping you wake up to where you're not connected to source energy. And how you do that is you just, again, bring yourself to a higher level of thought by saying, maybe every day in every way, my back is getting stronger and stronger. I know without a doubt that I am healthier and healthier every day. My body is getting stronger and stronger. I'm vibrating at higher levels of love every day. I love my back. My back is perfect.
It supports me
It
perfectly.
supports me perfectly.
Yeah.
Those are the things, and as you say them over and over, you start to feel that frequency, and your body starts to respond to that energy of perfect health, of healing, of being one with the highest of high energies.
Yes.
So what you tell yourself every day comes to pass. There's a saying, our thoughts are energy. Our thoughts are things, right? So a lot of people think that if they don't speak a thought out loud, it doesn't matter, but it does. And the saying goes, our thoughts are in private, and they come to pass, they pass. But your life is but a looking glass. So look at your life, because your life is an exact reflection of your thoughts. Okay? So you may be thinking in private, but really what you have in your outer world is but a reflection of your inner world.
Yes. Again, the self-talk. We have to be really careful about what we say to ourselves. And, oh, I'm too this, or I'm not enough of that, and I wish this, I wish that, instead of resonating with it, doing it, become what it is you desire, rather than wishing for it and thinking, oh, that'll never happen, I wish it would, but it won't. No, believe it, focus on it, envision it daily, feel the feelings as if it's already occurred. And resonate. It's about the resonant energy. What are you vibrating? Are you vibrating pumpkins, or are you vibrating watermelon? Right.
Because if you want watermelon, you can't vibrate pumpkins.
Right.
You're not going to get watermelons.
You're never going to get what you want
Right.
if you don't do the necessary steps to elevate yourself and raise your energy.
And it's about changing old habits.
Yes.
Most people believe things because they've been taught a certain way, and they don't question it. Are those thoughts really helping me in my life? Or are they old, outdated thoughts that no longer serve me? Those are things you have to go deep and ask yourself. Why do I think this way? And if you get, if you learn to switch your thinking to a higher way of being, which just means shift it. I go through this meditation very often. And I go into gratitude for my entire body. And I say, thank you that my body is restored back to its natural state of perfect health. And I'll go through everything. I'll go, thank you for my lungs that are restored back to their natural state of perfect health. Thank you for my vision, that it's restored back to its natural state of perfect health. Thank you for my kidneys. Thank you for my liver. And I go through it and I envision the organ that and I'm giving love to it and I'm thanking it for being in perfect health. And there are some things in my body that are healing at this present moment.
Yeah.
But I know without a doubt that on a daily basis they are getting better and better and better. Healthier and healthier and healthier, stronger and stronger and stronger in the higher vibration of love energy.
Yeah.
And that's what I focus on. You know, why is it that some people die of a disease where other people totally recover from it and it's totally gone? When it's the exact same disease. It's because of their vibration. It's because of their how they perceive themselves. They perceive themselves as getting well, or they perceive themselves as staying sick and dying from it. It's all about perception.
So, what would you say as a final thought about raising our consciousness? What is it that we can do every day to help elevate ourselves and make us more aware and awakened?
Well, the easiest thing is to just exactly be that, aware. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of your spoken words. What are the words that you're saying on a daily basis out, you know, and sharing, and you can shift those. By becoming aware of them, you can shift them into higher vibrational thoughts, which then emanates higher vibrations from your body, goes out into the world and connects at that higher vibration level of consciousness.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for
really
asking
appreciate your wonderful thoughts and your educating us as far as energy goes, and I'm sure there will be people that will be interested in contacting you about your energy work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much for joining us for another exciting episode of Exploring ESP. And we'll be having another episode soon, so stay tuned and we will have another exciting episode of Exploring ESP. Thank you very much.